Welcome to the Open Word.
He will thoroughly and completely forgive us.
An online ministry of Boone Open Bible Church. Thank you for joining us. On today's program, we bring you a word from the pastor.
If you really want to hear God's voice, it's wise to honor Him first.
Featuring Phil Waldo, lead pastor at OBC. And now, here's Phil.
Hey everybody, Pastor Phil here. We've been talking about the voice of the Lord. When you hear God's voice, it stirs something in your heart. There's hope and increased faith because nothing is impossible when God is involved. His voice can change circumstances. Psalm 29 verse 7 says this, "The voice of the Lord strikes with flashes of lightning." And just as lightning can light up the darkest of nights, His voice can cut through the uncertainties and concerns of life that we face and show us a clear way. And like that city in the scripture that was under siege but delivered overnight, God can suddenly change things. In Acts 9, Saul was on his way to Damascus when all of a sudden came a flash of light and God spoke to him. It completely changed his life. It gave him a new direction and a new calling. He went from opposing Christ to promoting Christ. In verse 8 of Psalm 29, it says, "The voice of the Lord shakes the desert. The Lord shakes the desert of Kadesh." God's voice can reach us even in the driest of times. In fact, God often uses those dry times to speak to us. The truth is, when we feel like we're in a desert in our lives, we usually seek God harder. We go after God because of the discomfort of those dry times. And when we go after God, we eventually hear from Him. Remember, Moses was in the desert when he saw the burning bush and heard God's voice. And Gideon was in a desperate situation when the angel of the Lord spoke to him. If you are in a desert season, it may be about to break when you hear the voice of the Lord and things suddenly change. And that's it for today. Tune in next week for more about the voice of the Lord. See you soon.